So this is a typical scenario. It's either bees or wasps. We always get a specialist into that. So here we go, guys. We've got the wasp man here. He's very kindly came out very early to deal with the wasp nest over here and then also the wasp nest over there. So he's now just getting all geared all up. Now evidently there's going to be quite a few angry wasps. Just a few, maybe 1,000 actually. So we need to move evidently. So I'm going to get down part of the ladder because they're going to become very angry very quickly. I love the way we're all moving away. Getting the juice ready. Like an insecticide, you can see they're not very happy. They're starting to now buzz around him. So Al's very kindly done that first one for us. So the other one we've got to do, which is up here. That's definitely going to do the job, I think that. Absolutely cool little jig here Pete's made. Look at this, super cool. Awesome. Mate, you're right. Hey, again, Pete. The reason you set this up instead of just doing individual?
Well, basically, because obviously every third brick that we do is a header. We've got absolutely a shed load of cuts to do, and instead of marking each one out individually, what I've done is come up with this.
Yeah.
This little box, which will secure 5 bricks, so you can make it as long as you want. Basically, what you do, make yourself this U shape, so you can take a lot of bricks, leave a gap, and what you do, take these wedges, secure it, which will keep everything nice and still while you're cutting. And you get yourself a bit of scrap brick, off cut, like that. Turn it round, do the same.
Oh wow, look at that, that's really cool, mate, really cool.
And get your straight edge, go all the way down with it. 1, 2, 3. Same on the next one, 1, 2, 3. Then you've marked up, and that's good for 10 cuts.
That's really, really cool, that isn't it? And that's a lot more efficient, a lot easier, isn't it? It's safer as well, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, too right, because you're not having to keep it secure with your boot. You can just go right ahead, just get it done. And like I say, you can see the big pile of headers I've got there.
Really nice cut, actually. Look at that, beautiful cut through here. A lot more efficient, a lot safer as well, which is really, really key. And the one thing I like about the Hilti saw, even though we do have skill saws still on, and they're really good tools, but it's just this depth of cut here. It's actually greater because of this pin system they use here. In fact, that cut there is 120. That's why we jumped to Hilti, because we got the central fugal force pump here, which obviously means that we can run off this cylinder here instead of plugging a hose pipe in, so there's less water everywhere. Even though it's classed as a 12-inch blade, we found with the steel, which is still a great saw, we found this cutting distance here didn't quite go through a brick, so that's why we jumped to the Hilti. Cost a little bit more money, but they just work really, really well. But I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a demonstration by Pete and that little awesome idea of a jig. Hey, so good morning to you guys. So another great day yesterday, just to show what's been going on. The brickies then got all this brickwork all the way up on this side elevation now. Really, really pleased. It's coming on really well now, this extension, working all the way through here. All the 3/4 bricks, which is obviously the header line, getting the insulation and getting it taped in, then we'll get it then clipped on this side, and then we'll start getting the relevant brickwork all the way around. Me and Will, we're going to jump up on the roof. I'm going to show you how to set up a wall plate for a 300mm cavity wall to an old 9-inch wall. So what I'm going to do, these are beautiful, nice flat timbers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cascade this timber straight across like that. I'm going to get a couple of screws in there like that, okay? So you got that there, Will? Just me being me, I like to get it nice and even. That's 300mm. 300, boom, there. That's nice and secure now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another rafter slightly higher now. So what I'll do now is I'll do a measure from here to here. So at the moment I've got 655, Will. Just lift it up a little bit, mate. That'll do, yeah, beautiful. Get a couple of screws in here now. The reason I do it this way, guys, is now, if you can imagine, I know this line of this roof when I now pitch it, because obviously I've got a wall plate and a 6x2 rafter going in there for this roof. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go downstairs. We know the pitch of the roof at the moment is 38.5 degrees. So we're going to cut ourselves a wall plate, we're going to do the bird's mouth, and what that will then do, we can then bring it up in a little jig form, and then we can offer it all up, and then we can see exactly the measurement then for the block work then to set the wall plate. All right guys, so I'll do myself a bit of a cut here. So I'm going to cut myself now a nice little bit of bird's mouth. You can use your saw at 90 degrees like that, just to give you an idea if you want to. What happens now, I'm going to cut this rafter to about here, like that. There's the seat cut and there's the plumb cut, guys. So basically my wall plate is now going to go on like that. I'm going to screw that on. There's that one, let's get that one in. So basically what you've got now is you've got your rafter and your wall plate, haven't you guys? All I've got to do now is plumb that up. So I'm just going to mark where I'm going to pilot it, here and here. Offer that up to there like that, level there.
Yeah, mate, that's it.
Okay. Now we've got that all set up, we can have a look at it, do a measure, so I can tell the brick is exactly where I want the top of the wall plate off this. So at the moment, 245 mil. So basically if they cut the block at about 150, if they cut the block, they'll get a 10 mil bed on there, 10 mil bed underneath here, be perfect. So that's it guys. Doing guys, we're going to be now measuring the wall plate out. This roof has got a hip in this corner here and this corner here. The way to do this is I'll take a measurement from that wall point there to the corner of the block work, this brickwork all the way along, then to the edge here, and then to the edge of this block work, then over to the edge of that block work over there as well. So let's get a measurement. Now the one thing I have done is I've measured between the two blocks and they're beautiful and parallel within a mil. We've got 3285 there, and what have we got here? You hold that there, Will, for me. 3285, beautiful. So guys, here we go then. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting the wall plates. We've got the measurements of the wall plates, key. Always have a sharp pencil, and there's my pencil sharpener. Always have this with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the two wall plates up. So there's my first one on there. I'm going to just grab the other wall plate now, pull this through. So what I'll do is I'm just going to line them up now with my hammer. Now the one thing I have noticed, they're not very square. So the first thing I'm going to do is square them up. You see, I'll just do the two of them together. And you're probably going, why not use a power saw? But you know, I'm a bit old school. I do like to keep the hand in with the old saw. Now if you can imagine, if I hadn't got my electric power saw set up, I'd still be setting up. First measurement was 3,280, and I need two of those, don't I, for two sides. So that one and that one are 3,280. So that one there is 2,980. Okay, so I'm going to cut those two now. So let's measure that off. So 3,280. Now what I always do, I put a V on like that, guys, if you noticed. What I'll do now is square that off across there. Do a halving joint here, pull them two together like that, boom, put that like that, flush, mark it. So I'll then set the power saw up, or you could do this by hand. There's a couple of ways you can do it. The other way is obviously because you're going halfway, set a little combi like this, that's about halfway, there you go, that's perfect now. Then all I'll do is I'll lock that off. That represents then the side coming through here. As I've done there, I've marked out the half lap joint. Every wall plate that laps onto it always connects as a half lap joint. So that's the first two, and that represents this one here and this one here. And then obviously now I'll cut another wall plate to that, and I'll mark that up with the double half lap on it. What I'll do is I'll measure my length that I need, which is 2,980. There we go, 2,980. the olden days, you used to do it by hand saw, very traditional way. Another way is you can get your crosscut saw, buzz them out like that very quickly, and that's really, really efficient. The one thing that's really key is I always use a 22-inch saw. Make sure you buy a saw that's got a coarse cut, because having a coarse cut just makes it easier. Now this is 7 teeth per inch. That's the section I'm taking out here, and all I do is just guide it off. Now you can see I use this finger as a little bit of a guide. Look at that. There we go, boom. Let's see how good it is on the other side. Not too far. Look at that, it's pretty good, isn't it? Right, we'll find out, shall we, Will?
Let's do it, son.
The moment of truth. So we'll have the 2 long pieces up first, Will. Here we go, just a quick run through again. That was the wall plate for the roof over here, running and then all the way around to here. Halving joint over here, running all the way along over to here. And then literally all we've got to do now is put the blockwork underneath and set then this at a height of 245mm from the top here. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, put a big thumbs up, hit that like button, also put a comment down below. You've been watching Build with Andy. Awesome, take care guys, have a great weekend.